great A-10 matchup. This being a city rivalry game, which is great, and we know we have our hands full, like I always say. But this means a little bit more to everybody and to the city. It's great for college basketball. It's great for University of Richmond. It's great for VCU to be a part of this, and we're working hard to be ready and defend our home court.
A couple of your players admitted they kind of overlooked this game last year. Did you get that feeling when they were playing? And to a man, they've all said that there's no chance of that happening this year.
No, I don't think we overlooked it. I just don't think we were very good at that point of the year, and we were inconsistent. And Richmond's a tough matchup. The way they play different than a lot of other teams. But the guys could say that. That's great. Then they'll be focused and ready to go. But you still got to show up and play, no matter who it is. And when it's a team that's different than other teams, and the way Coach Mooney does things, and when the other team has some good players, and they have some good players this year. So we gotta be ready. But our focus for sure is to make sure that we're on edge, we're prepared, and we carry over what we do in practice to the game.
Greg Golden and Jacob Gilliard both averaging about 17 second and third leading scores in the A-10. What leaps have you seen in their games since last year as they continue to mature?
Well, once again, a year older in the A-10. When you played a lot the year before, you're going to be better, if you especially worked on your game, and those guys have. They're very versatile players. Jacob could get by you. I mean, he's a blur out there, and he's a scorer, and he can make plays because of his quickness, but he's very skilled as well. And then, Greg Golden, he could really play because he's, a guy that's 6'10", that could shoot, pass, and dribble at a high level and be a matchup issue for teams. And the way they spread the floor puts him in areas and positions to be really effective. So we got to guard these guys individually very well, but we also we got to guard them as a team too. And the one thing I think they're doing very well is those guys have been great leaders too, as well as with KO. That they're the guys that are going to make have the ball in their hands and make a lot of plays. But the guys around them, with experience throughout the year, are making plays to help them. And you see that in the last few games. And so they'll be very prepared for us. But we got to make sure we're on edge to guard these guys because they're very talented.
Playing much better as of late. Are they better than the record indicates?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, their offense is becoming more efficient each game. You see that they're scoring points. Some of their young guys with experience and time are stepping up and making plays, and then you have three guys, KO and Ginyard and Golden. Like those guys, they can go get 20, 25 at any night, and they've proven that. So you got to be ready for them. And then they're just they're a tough matchup for lots of teams in our league, as well as us, because of the things they do that are different than others.
How close is your defense to being really where you want it to be and as efficient as it can be?
Well, number-wise, it's pretty good. So everyone say we're there. As you're a coach and you watch tape and you watch film or practice in games, you always see that there's more. I think individually, some of our guys can always continue to get better with greater awareness and staying in your stance and rotating quicker. But it's really helped us all year long. At times, it's even bailed us out. We got to make sure it shows up all the time because it's a huge strength of ours. So it's never where you want it as a coach, but we continue to keep coaching these guys up that stick together in the defensive end. You guys can do some great things.
This weekend, you jumped into the top spot in the country in three-point percentage defense. What about this group, just from throughout the lineup from 1 through 5, has made the perimeter defense so strong this year?
Well, we do have guys that can move, and we have guys, I think, that their awareness, because it's been a huge emphasis from the end of the last season till today, is we can't give guys open shots. And no matter if it's a big guy guarding a guard that's a three-point shooter or a scramble situation and we're flying around, let's not give guys easy open shots. I thought last year we gave a lot of that. And part of it was awareness. Part of it was making sure our guys understood how important it was. And at times it showed up, but it wasn't consistent last year. It needed to be very, very important to us. So that helps when you have guys like Marcus Santos Silva and Corey Douglas and Mike Gilmore, big guys that can really cover ground as a big guy. That helps, and then you have length and guys with great awareness, and it's been a huge emphasis. And if you're not flying around, you're not playing. The guys know that, and it's been a huge strength of ours.
String together a couple wins here and key wins. How much has that built up confidence and guys' belief in what they can do out there right now?
Well, anytime you win and what you're doing, you see that in result. It builds confidence, and the key is not to forget that and to stick to your plan. We've had some really good practices preparing for opponents. So, like I told the guys yesterday, that plan is working because you guys are making it work. Don't veer away from that. Don't think you've arrived. Be the opposite. Stick to the plan. Make the plan even better, and that will have you more prepared and more ready for games. And so that's been the huge emphasis. But anytime you go on the road and you string a couple together, you get confidence from guys that have gotten. We've had the bench have a lot of playing time, and that's only going to make us better as we continue to go on. But don't forget about the things that are putting us in this position.
We mentioned Richmond kind of being a little inexperienced. They've gotten that experience as the season's gone on. But the same can be said with your team. What are you looking for as a coach this time of year as they continue to improve, especially down the stretch?
Higher and more efficient execution. Without a doubt, you play this many games, your execution, no matter if the ball's going in or not, should be at a high level. I think taking care of the basketball for us is huge. When we don't give the other team the ball, that's huge. And because a lot of guys have played, and with experience, that's gotten better and a huge emphasis for us. And I just think the other thing is the way our team has approached the last month, wanting to get better and then looking after each other, taking care of each other. I think that's really showed up here in the last few games of, our Army has really helped us, and some young guys going in there and lifting the starters. That has been huge for us, and we got to continue for that to be a strength as we move along.
Has three-point field goal defense been a point of emphasis, or if not, how do you get good at that one particular part of a defense?
Well, that's been a huge emphasis, without a doubt, and having awareness of where you're at, of knowing who you're guarding, having the awareness of a breakdown in your defense, and now you're scrambling or rotating where to go, the awareness to run somebody off the three-point line. That stuff has been a huge emphasis all off season and throughout this season, and it's got to continue.
Coach Bryant kind of gives the credit to the players for the defensive improvement, but what has he brought us? Having him back on stat work with him again, obviously he played for you and coached with you at Randolph-Macon, but having him back, what has he brought, especially on the defensive side of the ball this year?
Well, he anytime a coach comes on the staff, and even the other coaches, we've had here, and Jeremy was here last year, and of course Brent and JD and the rest of our staff, I always want ideas. I want new ideas. Give me ideas of a drill. Give me ideas of the way we talk about something and teach it to our guys that could be better for our guys to help them get better. And I don't have all the answers, and I don't want all the answers because I want to learn too, and I want to get better. And so, Jamal was in other programs, and he knows what's really important to me, especially because he played for me and worked for me. But he brought some other ideas and a couple ways to look at things, and I think that's huge. And when I put him in charge of defense and Coach Byers in charge of offense, they know what is important to me. Now, how can I support that with some of my new ideas that way? And from different drills to maybe how we change up a little bit of our ball screen defense, or how we space the floor, or whatever it may be. Those guys give me new ideas all the time. I want them all the time. And sometimes just a different drill to guys to see it differently makes them better on the court. And he's done that, and as well as all the assistants. So they get mad at me all the time because I text them all the time at night about, what do you think of this drill I saw on Twitter or online or something, and now they send me stuff as well. And anything that we can continue to keep improving that gets the attention of our players, from an article, from breaking down tape to showing them statistics, to showing the games that they played in, to a new drill on the court, to a new concept, or how we talk something through. The assistants have been so valuable with all of that.
Playing on the road, what has maybe clicked very recently, the last couple of games on the road, and Obviously St. Bonaventure has been a tough place to play. Yeah, Dayton this weekend, there are a couple of tough places to play.
Yeah.
Do you guys kind of thrive off of those environments?
Well, I hope we get to that point. I'm not sure we're there. I mean, we've won a few good ones, but to consistently win, it's all approach. It's all the players' mindset. It's a credit to them, and I want to give them all the credit. Here's the plan we have, guys. Here's what we want to do. Then come on, you guys got to practice this, prepare for it, and now take it on the road. And I think they've done a good job of that. The focus. I think the other part too is the fear factor of knowing you can go on the road and you're not ready. A team could beat you. They could beat you bad. They can embarrass you. And I think that when you're a competitive athlete, that's important to you too. Like, let's be focused so that doesn't happen to us. And then, sometimes it snowballs like the other day. You just get on a roll on the road. It's just your team. You're locked into each other, and each possession becomes very important to you. And I think that's what we had the other day is I think it's a combination of they didn't have a great game. We played really well, and we had a lot of guys contribute, and it just snowballed to our advantage. I've been on the other side of it as well.
Show them, was it last year's game at Dayton? Will you show them any of that? Just
Yeah, tomorrow, or Thursday and Friday. Yeah, absolutely.
Just to kind of illustrate the point that
every game's different. Every game's different. I want to make sure guys are aware of exactly how the last time we played the team like that, and be ready for it without a doubt.
What do you expect the atmosphere to be like here tomorrow night?
Be electric like always. We've had some awesome. Always have great crowds, but the last few home games have been a lot of fun, and our fans have gone into it. I tell our guys all the time, and our staff reiterates it to our players, that our fans, they live off and bring unbelievable energy when we play so hard, and we give them that energy about how hard we play. Like I tell the guys, you don't have to play perfect, but to show the appreciation to Ram Nation is by how hard you play. The way you go after loose balls, the way you pick up your teammates on the defensive end, being unselfish, being physical, running in the stands to save a ball for your teammate, helping your teammates up. I think our fans feed off of that, and you feel that energy back.
I think about the defense. One thing Isaac mentioned yesterday was your scout team is almost like an army in itself, and some of the guys you're able to throw out there to go against the rest of the team. So what have they brought?
It's not even that as much as we have different ways that we do it, Wayne. So sometimes it's sometimes they'll guard a different action, but we put the second team out there. Well, the second team out there are playing major minutes all the time. So it's not like we're playing guys at the end of the bench that just aren't getting in at all. And then, we have a senior like Xavier Jackson who is going at our starters every day in practice. It's making them better. And then, some of the breakdown stuff we do that's not even live stuff, but the breakdown stuff, it's an advantage. It's an advantage to have. So, and then the coaches jump out there and sweat with the guys, and that helps as well. So I think it's the focus of practice every day on when we break it down the drills or live action that we go after each other. I think that brings the best out of everybody competitively, but also game planning and preparing for the next opponent.